They say motherhood is a journey, but let's be honest, sometimes it feels more like a roller coaster with no seatbelt. I bet you're like me, wondering why babies, or teens in my case, don't come with instruction manuals. Welcome to This Incredible Mom Life, the podcast that celebrates the beautiful chaos, quiet wins, messy moments, and everyday miracles of being a mom. I'm your host, Dummy, wellness coach, mom of 3 boys, and a passionate believer that you don't have to live at the mercy of PMS, burnout, or exhaustion. Join me every week as we hear the craziest and most unbelievable mom stories. I'll be sharing the huge accomplishments and triumphs of both our moms and their kids. We'll giggle, cheer on the kids, and discuss obstacles and lessons learned along the way. If you are struggling to be the best mom you can be, how open-minded are you to booking a free call with me? You don't have to live at the mercy of your cycle, and you definitely don't have to do it alone. Give yourself permission to let me be part of your support system. I believe that you weren't meant to just survive motherhood. You were meant to thrive in it. Hello, welcome back to another episode of This Incredible Mom Life. Today, I have a supermom guest with me. Jamie Lynn Turner is a clinical hypnotherapist certified from the New York Academy of Medicine, a proud member of the International Association of Counselors and Therapists, American Board of Hypnotherapy, and International Hypnosis Federation. She specializes in hypnosis, coaching, mindfulness, and rapid transformational therapy. Thank you, Jamie Lynn, for being here with me today.
Thank you, Amy, for having me.
Of course. So let's jump right in. Tell us who you are a mom to.
So I have 3 children. My older daughter, she was adopted when she was 11. Through foster care. My biological son is 6, and my youngest daughter is 3. So I have Grace as my oldest. Calvin is autistic, and Lily is 3 and full of everything.
And you got your hands full, Mama.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm sure you have many stories to share, but pick one and tell us something about your kids.
So I was, as moms do, and we get like overwhelmed and you're trying to do all the things at once. So I've got the kids in the bathtub, and it's like Christmas time. And it's, the bathroom is right off the living room. So I've got the door open and they're playing in the bathtub, and they're just playing. Like, it's not like a clean bath, it's just like a play bath. So I'm sitting with my tea and I'm like looking at the Christmas lights, and I'm just sitting there, and I'm just like absorbing like I'm just gonna sit here for a minute and just be. I'm just gonna like listen to them play. I'm just gonna like look at the twinkling lights. I'm just gonna be in this moment. Like, I'm just gonna be like really like mindful of like right now, like in this moment. Because they grow up so fast and it gets so hectic, and there's wrapping paper everywhere, and the ornaments are broken, and clean this up and wipe that up, and this thing is sticky. So they're in there playing, and I'm just like looking around. I'm like so grateful. And I was like, you know what? Let me go. I don't even remember what I went to the kitchen for something. So like the house it's a pretty open concept. So like I can still like the door's open, I can still hear them. I'm in the
Mhm.
kitchen for something. I'm, probably picking up from dinner or loading the dishwasher. I don't remember why I was in the kitchen. And next thing you know, like I'm like, oh, let me go grab that bin of Christmas stuff in the basement. And I go downstairs and I'm in the basement, and I'm like looking up like, oh my goodness, a pipe has burst. Like there's water. Like raining down in the
Oh,
basement.
no.
And I'm like, oh my God. And I run up the stairs like 2 at a time. And I run to the bathroom door. And in like, it feels like 3 seconds, my two little kids have soaked the entire bathroom floor, like right to the living room, like that little piece of molding that like separates the floors.
Oh,
And I
no.
was like, I'm just standing there like in awe. Like, I don't even like, do I don't know what to do. Like, do I get a mop? Do I get like 87 towels? Like, I don't even like, there's so much water on the bathroom floor. And they are both standing up, like having the time of their life in the bathroom. Is like, I've never seen so much water outside of a bathroom, like outside of a bathtub. Just like, how much water can this floor hold? And how fast did you get it out of the bathtub that it's like not even like a splash here? It was like deep water bathroom. And I was standing there like, oh my God. Oh my God. Like, how? And of course I'm like, okay, it's my fault. I shouldn't have left them alone. Like, thank God they didn't get hurt. They didn't slip. And I'm standing there like, Like, I don't even know what to, like, I went from like peaceful bliss, twinkling lights, enjoying my tea to like chaos in like seconds. And I was like, how did that happen? Like, and looking back now, and I thought to myself, like, I'm gonna laugh about this someday, but right now, I'm not laughing. And there's so many people right now, and I don't even know like how to get all this water up. Thank God there's like a walk-in shower like right there. So like I just like sopped the water up and like threw them into the shower so they could like drain a little bit. But I was like, I've got like 90 pounds of towels now, and I'm like, I don't even know what to do right now. I'm trying to get them out. There's like water everywhere, and they're like, "Hi, mommy!" And they're like so excited about it. And I was like, they don't even know I'm mad. And I'm like, I don't even know what to do right now. So it is like, I feel like nobody understands a New York minute like a mom. Like it
Oh
doesn't
gosh,
matter where
yes.
you live, but your kids can destroy anything in a New York minute. Like it is like I was just standing there thinking like, how did I go from like twinkling lights and enjoying my tea and all my gratitude to like instant like mom chaos terror standing at the
Yeah.
bathroom door. I'm like, oh well,
That's
thank
that's
goodness
great. I love it.
break. But yeah, that was a lesson that I learned.
That was a you're giving all of us moms a laugh today because I'm sure we've all had issues like that. But I love how you started off looking at the lights, drinking hot tea, and then your mom brain kicked in and you're like, oh, let me go do this, let me go do that, and then full
They're
blown
being so
chaos.
sweet. Let me just load the dishwasher.
Yep. And I know we've all been there, so it's not um unusual, but I love it. And now you can laugh about it. So that's
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
um Good. And hopefully you didn't have any serious water damage or anything.
No, no. Thankfully, the basement's pretty much just storage. Like it's not, there's nothing electrical, like there's nothing like, sensitive down there. It's just, the basement. So yeah. My
Nice.
dad's hardly had a bath.
Okay. So now you are a clinical hypnotherapist. To
Mhm.
help us understand what you do.
So I've been in hypnotherapy world for about 20, 25 years now. And I actually got into it for weight loss. Like I found that like right after college, I was I had an eating disorder, but like not like one that you hear about all the time. Like I wasn't anorexic or bulimic. I was eating in my sleep. And I'm like, okay, this isn't normal. Like I eat all day. Like I eat my meals. Like, but I was like secretly eating. Like if nobody saw me eat, it didn't count. I'm early 20s, it was like it was right after college. And like I had talked to my therapist about it and I talked to my trainer like at the gym and I was like, I don't know what's wrong with me. Like I get up in the middle of the night and I'm like eating in the middle of the night. Actually it turned out that like I was like, do I need more increase my calorie intake during the day? Like this the weird like strange thing, like, and it lasted for like a long time.
Hmm.
So that's actually how I found hypnotherapy was like through mindful eating because I didn't really want to like lose weight, but I was like, but it's not healthy. Like I'm eating in the middle of the night, so that's not okay. So that's actually how I found hypnotherapy. And like the more I like deep dived into it to like learn more about it, different hypnotherapists, different approaches. Oh, this kind of works for me, this doesn't work for me. And then I like got like super into it and I was like, wait, what else can hypnotherapy do? Because I feel like it's common that like, oh, I've used hypnosis for weight loss or for smoking, but the uses and like the way that your brain works, like captured my attention so strongly that I found that it works for pain management. It works for like so healing your childhood trauma, all of these things that our body holds on to that I didn't even know existed. Like I had graduated college. I've got like, I had taken some psychology classes in college and I was like, but the more I started to learn, okay, honey, the more I started to learn about hypnotherapy, like the more I wanted to know. Like I was like engrossed in it and I was like, so I found Marissa Peer, and she is like the number one therapist in Britain. And I was like, I read every book, I took every class online. Hang on 1 second, baby. Yes, this is your pizza. I was hooked. So I found out in 2018 she was going to teach a live class, like an in. So I had taken it was before COVID, and I had taken some online classes. Okay, baby. I had taken all of her online classes, read all of her books. I had studied like Paul McKenna and some different therapists, Wendy Friesen. And but I found out that Mercer Pure is coming to New York City in
Nice.
2018. And I was like, and it was like a year and a half away. And I was like, I will wait. I will take it live. Like I did everything that I could. Like I could not, I was like counting on the days I couldn't wait. So I was trained live right from Marissa Peer. She developed the Marissa Peer method and the RTT, which is rapid transformational therapy. And I learned in there, I learned so much. I learned in there like healing childhood trauma, how to like, it's not even just like forgiving your past, but it's like, yes, this happened, but it's not happening anymore. And I don't have to keep reliving that same story in every relationship and every day and every new job and every, every time I have to move, there's a whole new trauma. All of these things that come up in our bodies and in our minds and in our life that are really just repeating the patterns of things that happened like when we were
Mhm.
7 years old. And I
Yeah.
thought like, but I'm not seven anymore. Like that doesn't make any sense. Like I haven't talked to my stepmother in years. Like what difference does it make? But my mind and my subconscious mind and my body actually held on to so much of this information and so much of this trauma, things I didn't understand. I remember thinking that when I was trying to get over some money blocks, something that came up for me was I was 5 years old and I wanted a Cabbage Patch doll. So it's 1985. Like I want this Cabbage Patch doll like so bad. And so Christmas morning, I wake up, I get this Cabbage Patch doll. I can still have her. Like she is old.
Mhm.
Love
Yes.
the doll. I remember her name. I remember like trying to comb her yarn hair that you can't comb. Um, and I had heard my parents talking about it later after Christmas about how my dad had to go to all these stores in New York City and he had to like, like in my little kid head, it sounded like my dad is like wrestling for this doll. Like he is like going to store after store and he's got to find one on the last shelf and it's all this money. So they had given me the doll that I wanted. I wanted this doll. I have gotten this doll. I love her. But in my little kid brain, I made it become that when I ask for things, it causes stress and pain and it's
Mhm.
hard for them. Even though they were probably just sharing it as like a funny story, like you will not believe how many stores I had to go to get this thing. It was like on the top shelf. There's like one other lady like running for this thing, and it's so like in my 5 year old ears listening to the story, I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. This was so hard for you. I didn't know that there's not 7 million Cabbage Patch dolls and you just go buy them at the Cabbage Patch doll store. So like little things like that, like it doesn't even need to be like a severe trauma, like, they locked me in the basement. It can just be that like I heard something when I was 5 that I didn't fully understand because I was 5 years old and I made it mean something that it didn't even really mean. And now I'm 45 and I can't ask for things because I'm like, oh no, no,
Yeah.
I'll ask myself. Okay, I don't, I'm like, oh, even my sister like, when bring you coffee, and I'm like, no, I'm all right. Like the littlest things. And I was like, why is it so hard for me to like ask for things? Like, I love to give things. I love giving presents and I can't receive them. And I was like, so
Mhm.
I'm like, all right, I'm gonna find out why. And it's like, it seems so simple and so silly, but when you're 5, that's a big
Yep.
deal.
Yeah. And it's a very common problem that most adults have, right? Well, thank you for bringing up Cabbage Patch dolls and reminding me of my own. um, Now, you mentioned something called rapid transformational therapy. Tell us more about that.
So this is a blend of NLP, which is neuro linguistic practical training, and it's like reprogramming your subconscious mind. So you don't have to remember for it to make your heart beat. When you're sleeping, you don't have to remember to breathe in and out. When you eat that sandwich at noon, you don't have to concentrate like, okay, hang on, make sure that I digest this. Hang on, make sure I like, I move this. Your subconscious mind runs so much of your body. So what rapid transformational therapy does is instead of like let's talk about your problem every Friday at 3 o'clock for 1 hour and you tell me how your day is going. Instead, it's like, this is what my problem is. Let's get to the root cause of it. So much hypnotherapy is like, this is what you want your life to look like. And here's the flowers and the rainbows and the butterflies. But rapid transformation is like the nitty gritty. Like,
Mm.
let's find out where the problem comes from. Let's go in and find out that you were 5 years old and you overheard this conversation that you didn't understand. And let's now, we don't erase it. We don't, but now we look at it through adult eyes and we look at it through now and we process it with all of the information that we have available to us now that we didn't have when we were 5 or 7 or 15 or 21 or in college or being at home with all of your siblings, and there's not enough ice cream for you to have whatever it is, we go in and we deal with the root cause of the problem. And then we go in and we like take its power away. Because I know that I'm not 5 anymore. I know that this isn't like some, terrible, deep, dark family secret. It's just something I didn't understand, or it was something terrible that happened to me, or it was something that I made a meaning of, or it was, I saw something and it was so traumatic and I didn't know that like when my cousin broke her leg, that it wasn't going to be forever, but I made this mean that, the monkey bars are scary. So we go in rapid transformational therapy goes in it to the root cause, and it helps you process it in a way that you move through it and you don't keep carrying it with you. And it's a way of like setting down and letting go and releasing pain and confusion and hurt that you've been carrying for 20 years, 30 years, 75 years, whatever
Mhm.
it is. I've seen people like in their 90s. Like, so I have seen from an 8-year-old little boy to, I feel like an 86-year-old man. I see men, women, children, teenagers. And it's really about like, well, I heard this one time and it stuck in my head and it made it mean this. So when we go in and we take the root cause away, we don't take it away, but we just take away its power because it doesn't mean that much anymore. And I can look back and say, like, well, it meant that when I was 5, but now that I can process it and understand it, I can let it go, but not in a way that like, oh, that never happened and it didn't. It's not avoidance. It's
Right.
processing. And
Yes.
then the two parts of rapid transformational therapy is we dig out the root cause. Why is this happening? And then we plant in the new things. And now that I don't have
Mm.
this issue anymore, and now that I can let that go, and now that I can see that that doesn't hold any value anymore, now I can also add in I receive gifts easily. I am welcome to all the abundance. I am so grateful for gifts because that's when my 3-year-old hands me a dandelion from the yard. I don't say, "Oh no, I
Mhm.
can't take that." Of course I'm going to take it because it would hurt her feelings. And that's how it feels like when other people, like when they're trying, like if someone, I was trying to give my sister a gift and she's, oh no, I don't want that. I would be like, but I want to give it to you. So if I
Right.
can't accept things from them, it's not about me. It's about honoring their feelings and their loves. So I changed this one little scene from being like, oh man, I can't even ask for anything. Even if I want, even if it's no big deal, I can't seem to do it. Like this is such a weird thing for me. I'm so free and happy to give things to everybody all the time. I can't seem to receive it. So when I
Yeah.
change this one thing for me, I'm like, I would love a coffee. Oh, did you get that for me? Thank you so much. But I mean it, like not in like a condescending way, like, oh, bless your heart. It was like, thank you. Like you thought about me. You took the time to think about me. And instead of like shutting that down, I've like opened my channels of like receiving and it's like even just like the sunshine, just feeling the sunshine on my face. I'm like, I'm just
Yes.
receiving like what that feels like instead of being like, oh no, I can only give. But you can't only give. You can't only exhale. It doesn't work that way. It's not a balance. So even something as like little as like, why can't I seem to like accept gifts without feeling so guilty about it? And it was just like one little shift. Sometimes
Yeah.
I see people for a tiny little shift, and sometimes I see people and they're like, I saw this woman trichotillomania. Stress pulls her hair and she was like, I am so ashamed. She's like, she's beautiful girl, this long blonde hair. And she's like, I can't even tell my husband. She's like, I can't even go get my hair done because I've got these bald spots and I am so ashamed. And she's like, and I can't stop doing it. After our first session, she sent me a message. She's like, I'm literally in tears. She was like, we went deeper in the 2 hours I spent with you than 20 years of my therapist. And that's the
Nice.
key to RTT. It's like, let's go in, get to the root cause, add in the positives, get rid of the negatives, and like get you on your way. Like, I don't want to
Yes.
be in therapy every Friday at 3 o'clock for the next 20 years. Like, I want you to fix this now.
Yeah.
And when I found Mercy Pure, like that's what it was. She was like, this is what's going on. Let's just get rid of that thing. And I'm like, okay, I am like the New York mom. I am like yeah, I want to do it now. I don't want it to look at like in 5 years, you'll be glad that you started this work. Like, no, in 2 hours, in 3 weeks, I'm gonna be happy I started this work. Like, in 6 months from now, I want to see the results of this. I don't want to be
Yeah.
like, you are going to lose a half a pound once a month for the next, like, no, I want to do stuff now. I don't have time.
Yeah.
I got kids. I need to do this now.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So I found that like me and RTT are like a perfect fit and I
Oh,
I
nice.
love helping people.
That's awesome. And you do this, do you do it in person or virtual or both
Oh, I
or?
do it all online. I travel a lot. My middle child, he's special needs. He's autistic. So we travel a lot for his school, for his therapy, for his different needs. So we spend a lot of time by the water. So we travel back and forth between upstate New York and Rockland County, right outside of Manhattan. We're in Brooklyn, we're in Westchester, we are all over the state. So that I can see clients consistently, I see everybody online. So
Nice.
it's easier. People can see me like from their car, from their bedroom, from their office on lunchtime, like wherever they have, you need an hour and a half of privacy and some Wi-Fi, and let's get to it.
Perfect. Nice. I love that. So you have a free Facebook group. So tell us a little bit about that.
I do. So I started this movement. It's called the Live Out Loud Method, and it is about empowering moms, not just to be moms. Like because my children are so involved and Calvin's needs are so specific, I felt like for a long time, like I was just Calvin's mom. And I kind of
Mm.
forgot to be Jamie Lynn for a while. And I was like, if I feel like this, like how many people feel like this? I stopped having an identity when I became mom. And
Yes.
I waited like 39 years. Like I waited a really long time. I wanted to be mom so bad. And I was like, and I love them. I love them. But I kind of got so wrapped up in them that I forgot to be Jamie Lynn. I forgot to have an identity. So I created this free group. It's called the Live Out Loud Method by Jamie Lynn Turner. And it's and I post in there like inspirational quotes. I share in there like little tidbits. I share in there some trainings. I had a free masterclass a couple months ago. It was 3 days, 1 hour each day. A completely free masterclass to sign up online. That's posted in there. But if you go into the guide section of my free group, there's also audios. So how I first got started at hypnosis was I just put my headphones on my commute to Manhattan, and I put my headphones on, and I had like the Discman, like with the CDs that you put the thing in them like that long ago. I put it in my backpack and I'd put my headphones on. Now you download them right to your phone. So in my
Mhm.
Facebook group, in the guide section, there's a handful of free audios, and I take requests all the time. And about once a month or once every other month, I add a new audio. Or if I
Nice.
get like, a couple of really good ideas, I'll add like three in a row. So there's free audio hypnosis. You can download them, you can share them, and they are for sleep, they are for anxiety, they are for living out loud, they're for remembering that you matter, because you
Yes.
can't be the best mom that you're ever going to be if you forget that you matter. Because teaching
Exactly.
teaching our sons that they come first before everybody, and teaching our daughters that like mommy comes last, we're not really doing them any favors. We're not
No,
teaching
you're
them
not.
how important they are too, because if we teach them that we're important, they learn that they're important too. And I
Yeah.
feel like that's really the best thing that we could do for them.
Oh yeah. And you mentioned this loss of identity, which is a common theme that I help women with. I had to go through it too with when I started learning how to become a coach, and I was like, oh yeah, I kind of was just walking through life. I call it like a zombie, right? Like I was doing
Mhm.
all my tasks, I was working, I was doing all this stuff, and I just didn't feel like myself. I'm like, I don't know who I am anymore. So I love that you work with women who have lost their sense of
It just
identity.
kind of feels like, you know what, we're given like this like blueprint. Like I don't know if it's just in America, but it's just like, okay, well, you graduate high school, and then you either go to college or you go into, some secondary education. And then like somewhere along the way, like you get married, and then you have some kids and you buy a house, and okay, but now what?
Yeah.
Like, okay, now I have all the steps that you told me, but like you forgot the second half of the book. Like, so now I'm 46. So I'm 46 years old. So I did all those things. What's the next step? What do I
Right.
do? I just hang out on autopilot now until I'm 90? Like and I'm like, that's not what I want my life to look like. I want to get on my Harley. I want to drive around. I want to go get my nails done. I want to remember that I'm Jamie. I want to stop dressing in my yoga pants and wear some actual clothes. And I want to like take a shower every day. And I want to like take a couple minutes where nobody's dying, nobody's flooding the bathroom, and I want to put down my phones, and I want to listen to my hypnosis, and I want to write my gratitude journal, or I want to sip my coffee while it's hot in the
Oh
morning
yes.
sunshine without the house burning down. And sometimes that is really hard, but the more that you practice that, and the more that you take those intentional 5 minutes instead of scrolling on your phone, because I can scroll on my phone for like a half an hour and be like, is it really that time? Like, how did that happen? But if I
Right.
take 30 minutes to just sit down and think about what I'm grateful for, or think about what I want my next, 5 years to look like. People spend more time planning their grocery list than they do like of their next year of their life, or their next 5 years of their life, or like what they want. So, so 46 is like a random number. It's not like I didn't turn 40, I didn't turn 50, like I didn't, but I was like, you know what? This year for my birthday's in January, so it wasn't recent, but I was like, I'm going to plan my birthday. Like,
There you go.
I am not going to be disappointed that like I didn't get the exact right thing, or that it came and went and somebody was sick. So like ahead of time, I like planned it in reverse. So I was like, okay, on this day, I'm going to go to the florist. So I bought myself like 46 white roses, and I was like, I'm going to spread them on the table just how I want them. And I didn't know if I wanted them in one vase or different vases. And I was like, I'm going to go to Home Goods and I'm going to buy the vase I want. And I'm going to buy the candle of the exact right smell that I want. And I'm going to buy this coffee mug that I can see myself holding my coffee mug and drinking my morning coffee or drinking my evening tea, or I'm just gonna like, I'm gonna pick the perfect, like not just like that coffee mug that I got in the line at TJ Maxx. I was like, I want this mug. So I bought myself a mug, then I bought myself a candle, and there was like a couple of things. I mean, it was not like, oh, I bought a new house in Maui. It was like I bought some things that like the candles, like the flowers that I wanted them to look like, and the candle that I wanted it to smell like, and the coffee cup I wanted
I
it to
love
feel
that.
like. I feel
I
like
love that. It's
you know,
you're taking
it
care of
wasn't
you.
it wasn't crazy insane. It was just like on that day, and all the other things that I received were wonderful. Like my dad bought me a gift certificate for a massage, and like I got some other things. But I was like, but I started out like, but this is what I want to look like. And this is what I
Nice.
eat for breakfast. And this is and I just remembered to like celebrate myself that day. And it was
Perfect.
months later, and I'm still like, but I woke up and there's my candles and
Aw.
there's my roses, and it was just like the little things, but sometimes the little things are what mean the most. And it didn't
Yeah.
take me, 6 hours of blowing up balloons and making a balloon art like I do for my kids, but I was like, but it was an errand here and an errand there and a Amazon cart here. It didn't really take that long, but it made me feel special that day. And then I didn't feel let
Yes.
down because I bought myself all the things I wanted to buy.
And you're
So
still remembering that special feeling. I love that.
yeah.
You have some amazing energy, and I want people to connect with you. So where can they find you?
So I am on Facebook at Jamie Lynn Turner. I'm on Instagram. I'm just learning TikTok, so don't follow me yet because I don't understand how to work that yet. I'm just learning how to repost now. So I'm on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and I'm at jamielinturner.com. And on jamielinturner.com, you can find my whole list of products, a bunch of audios. You can book a call with me. You can find out more about my programs, and the links to follow me on social media are there too.
Perfect. So I will link all of those in the show notes. Jamie Lynn, this was so fun. Thank
Thank you.
you so much for being here today with me.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Enjoy your morning. We look forward to hearing some more episodes of your podcast with you.
Thank you.
Are you struggling to be the best mom you can be? Are you fatigued, overwhelmed, and stressed out? Are you losing precious time with your family because of PMS? If so, sign up for my free gift on how to start living in tune with your monthly cycle. The link to get it is in the show notes below. Use this guide to help you start to eliminate your symptoms of PMS, increase your energy, reduce stress, and fully enjoy this incredible mom life. The way I see it, you have 3 choices. You can try to figure it all out on your own. You can do nothing and stay where you are, or you can get the customized guidance you need to thrive as a mom. The choice is yours. Thanks for listening to today's episode. I hope you learned something from these stories. If you enjoyed this show, please make sure to subscribe, rate, review, and share this podcast. It really helps this show grow. If you have a mom story you would like to share, click on the link in the description below on becoming a podcast guest. Remember, the content on this podcast is for general information only. It does not replace any medical advice given by your healthcare providers. Please check with your doctor if you have any questions about your specific condition and before starting any new diet or exercise regimen. Thank you, and you will hear from me soon.